It's 8:30 high beam time on the BT Morning Show, and we are with the director of the Tuscarawas County Job and Family Services, and that is David Haverfield. Mr. Haverfield, good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks. Looking forward to the weekend, but, we all are on the holiday weekends.
Absolutely.
Hey, we enjoy talking to you, but sometimes there are some things that are uncomfortable, I guess, to talk about, or change is always happening. So tell us a little bit about the public assistance, where it involves you, and what we might be looking at.
Yeah, it's always, we're in the middle of the state budget right now, and a lot of folks probably don't follow it as closely as I do, but Governor proposed a budget, the House made changes, the Senate came back and made a lot of changes, and they're kind of in the process now of reconciling those different budgets to come up with a final one. But there are some potential things that will impact particularly our public assistance clients, including a proposed requirement that one of the members of the assistance group have their picture taken and put on their benefit card. So that'll be a logistical, a lot of work for everybody, but I think the goal there is to cut down on fraud by making sure that the person using the card is actually the person that should use the card. So that is one thing that we're kind of watching and keeping an eye on, and are fairly confident that's going to stay in because that's been discussed for a while.
Mm-hmm. As far as amounts and benefits and that sort of thing, nothing's changing that you're aware of, though?
No significant changes. There was a lot of discussion about additional work requirements, and there's always some tweaking around the edges on those sorts of things. Mm-hmm. But some of the real major changes we were anticipating, at least at this point, aren't in. But I've learned after 20 plus years doing this work that you never know what's going to happen till the very end. So things can change at any time. So we're just kind of keeping an eye on things and waiting. That's how that works with legislative bodies.
I was going to say, you're dealing with the government and you're saying you're not sure?
Well, no, it's just, they're big issues they're debating, yes. And people have strong opinions everywhere, and you just kind of, it's interesting to me at least to watch the process and kind of figure out where it ends up. So we're kind of doing what we can do and making our voice known, and we'll see where we end up. So.
One of the things that you deal with a lot is, I believe, the SNAP benefits through the Job and Family Services. And we talked about some fraud earlier in the year, but it seems like instead of letting up, maybe that's been going the wrong way lately with more fraud. Is that right?
Yeah, really, it is going the wrong way. We talked earlier in the year that we saw some isolated cases of what's called skimming, which is essentially someone is able to hack into a local point of sale, where you would scan your SNAP card, and they're able to then steal the benefits off of your SNAP card. So earlier in the year, it was a bigger problem in a few places, but we saw some isolated cases in our county. But what we're seeing now is that it's just, for whatever reason, it's just exponentially grown. We're seeing lots and lots more cases where those benefits are being skimmed off of people's SNAP cards, and that's of course concerning, and really concerning for the folks who are impacted by that.
Right, and as we try to get ways to stem this and cut it off entirely, what can consumers who have these benefits and find they've been hacked, what can they do?
Well, certainly if they've been hacked, we'd ask them to call our office, and they'll put you in touch with our fraud worker, because we have to track that for the state. We're tracking, what happened, where it may have happened, and what benefits you lost. There is a process to complete some paperwork to have those benefits given back to you. That's a fairly new thing. So earlier in the year, people were just kind of out of luck, which is challenging for folks who, rely on that to help feed their families. So let us know. Also, we'll help you with the paperwork to replenish those benefits that they're stolen. But I think another thing to do is just to be vigilant, to keep an eye on the balance on your card, to make sure that there aren't any transactions going on that are questionable. And if they are, let us know right away, because what we can do as well is we have the ability to shut down the access to that card and do some other things with it, so that we can avoid that happening. But I mentioned to you off the air, we had a case last week where someone's card was, it looked like it had been run in 4 different states all over the country in the matter of a couple of hours. And certainly there's no way that somebody was traveling from Arkansas to Florida within 45 minutes. So something something was going on there, and ultimately some of their snaps were taken. But just if you see anything unusual, please let us know, and we'll work with you to try to shut that down and get you what you need.
Kind of like a bank card. I mean, it works in the same way then, right?
Really, it does. I mean, that's kind of how it's stolen. It's the reader, somehow they're able to hack in there and get to it. And I know that people way smarter than me are working on how to stop that. But as you well know, the criminals tend to be smarter than everybody else. That's why they're doing that, unfortunately.
I guess so. Hey, describe quickly what your relationship is with Ohio Means Jobs, and what kind of things that you two can put together for somebody who is seeking a new job or maybe an upgrade on what they're doing.
Absolutely. We work closely with Ohio Means Jobs in Tuscarawas County. The Ohio Means Jobs office is not part of our Job and Family Services. In some counties it is. It's just the way we're set up. Ours is co-located or in the same agency with Starr County, so we work with them together. We refer a lot of folks there. We work with them together. There's a program called CCMEP, which is Comprehensive Case Management for younger folks between, I'm going to give you the wrong ages if I'm not careful. I think it's 15 and 21, but in any event, we refer people to that program. So anyone who is interested in job seeking that comes into our office, we certainly refer them there. We have job listings. They do a wonderful job at Ohio Means Jobs. They can help you get a resume put together. They can help you with job interviewing skills. They have all kinds of job and hiring fairs. So lots and lots of opportunities. So we do work closely with them. We have contacts with some folks over there that we work together to help people that are in need.
Yeah, very good. If someone does need to contact your office regarding the SNAP or has some other questions, what's the best way to contact you, and do you have an online presence?
We do. We have our website, www.tcjfs.org. They can call our main number, 330-339-7791. There is an option off the main menu for public assistance fraud. You can hit that number, and you'll be connected to our we have one employee that does that full time, so he's kind of the one that's tracking everything. So do those things. We also are on Facebook and Twitter and all the social media places, so we try to update information there when we're able, when we have something going on. So reach out to us, give us a call, and if you don't get to the right person, you can get our receptionist, and they'll get you where you need to go.
There's always somebody that can coordinate that, right?
Absolutely. Yep. We can get you where you need to go. No problem.
Well, David, thank you for the information. We always appreciate it, and certainly hope you have a great holiday weekend on into the 4th there.
Oh, you too. Thanks a lot for calling. Take care.
It is our pleasure. Thanks a lot. That is David Haverfield, the director of the Tuscarawas County Job and Family Services, and our guest this morning on the 830 High Beam here on the Tusk.